Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Morning, sir. Let's go on the record. Good morning. We are here on the matter involving the Robinson children. We are here in a closed courtroom. The only people here are court staff, Mr. Robinson, the father, and Ms. Livingston, attorney for Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, we are here today in a closed proceeding, a Marsden hearing, because it's my understanding that you are requesting that Ms. Livingston be replaced with another counsel. Is that correct, sir?
That is incorrect.
Okay. Then what are you requesting, Mr. Robinson?
Actually, I'm not requesting anything, Mr. Calero. I fired my forced attorney on May 6th, actually. So that's not my request. Formally, I would like to object to these proceedings in this Marsden's hearing, due to that. So that's what that is.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I want to remind you that these proceedings are confidential. They're not to be recorded in any way, live streamed, for example. So Ms. Livingston's office has been appointed by the court to represent you. You do have the ability to have a hearing where you can seek to have new counsel appointed to represent you.
Okay, so Mr. Calero, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think we have another issue at hand. I actually am going to be demanding you to recuse yourself from this case due to these violations and retaliation and judicial bias that you've exhibited. Once again, I do not consent to these proceedings. I fired my court-appointed attorney on May 6, 2025. You denied my self-representation right in violation of Ferretta v. California. And Rule 5.534H of the California Rules of Court. You then removed me from my own hearings on May 6th and May 27th, not for disruption, but for asserting lawful objections to perjury and constitutional violations, as well as agreeing to your stipulations with constitutional basis. So may it be noted on the record that I have reason to believe you purposefully denied my right to self-representation in order to continue with your ruling, despite the presence of omitted exculpatory evidence, perjury, coercion of the caretakers, witnesses, and the entire family, and other constitutional violations that have remained unaddressed and which you knew I would immediately address as I already have. Your actions constitute retaliation and judicial bias directly violating my due process rights under the 14th Amendment and Miranda v. Arizona and Boykin v. Alabama. Bias and coercion destroy impartiality, requiring disqualification under California Code of Civil Procedures 170.1A6 and Canon 3E of the California Code of Judicial Ethics. I must also object that you are acting in your personal capacity outside lawful jurisdiction because your authority is void where rights are denied. And any deprivation of rights under the color of law is a federal offense. So I object to all of this, everything that's going on, until you recuse yourself.
Sir, with regard to your request that I recuse yourself, please do file the appropriate paperwork with the court so that can be considered. It does not sound like you are requesting a Marsden hearing here today.
I fired the attorney May 6th.
Okay. As a court-appointed counsel, Ms. Livingston's office can be replaced.
I object. She's forced counsel. I fired her May 6th. You forced her upon me.
All right.
I have the right to represent myself in propria persona sui juris, reserving all my fundamental rights under the 1st, 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. You violated that, Mr. Calero, and you know exactly what you did. That's why you removed me from my proceedings to advocate for the safety and well-being of my daughters, as they have been abused and neglected in CPS captivity. They've been hospitalized, they've been abused on with bruises, and your social workers are retaliating, case fixing, and committing perjury on the stand, and you allowed it, which would suggest collusion. So I want to state on the record that I did not receive a fair and impartial trial by you, Alex Calero. That's what needs to happen, is you need to recuse yourself. And if I need to file a motion, I will figure out the motion that I need to file properly.
Thank you, sir. If you are requesting to have Ms. Livingston's office, to have another attorney appointed to represent you,
objection. I fired her. I will be representing myself in this matter from this point on. I fired her on May 6th.
Board order is needed for you to represent yourself, sir. Please confer with Ms. Livingston if you'd like a Marsden hearing.
I'm not requesting. I fired my attorney on May 6th. I'm not requesting this. This is not a request. I fired her on May 6th.
We have a future hearing date of August 28th, 2025 for 12-month review, 8 a.m. here in Department 10. You're ordered to be here at that time, sir. It does not sound like
I don't take orders from anybody. You have no authority or jurisdiction to order me. Your Honor, you violated my constitutional rights. You're acting in your personal capacity. And must I remind you, under California Penal Code, if I'm not mistaken, subsection 836A1, your own bailiff has the authority and duty to arrest any public official, including you, who commits a public offense in his presence. And you've deprivated my rights under the color of law, which is an offense under 18 U.S.C. 242.
Anything else here today, Mr. Robinson?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, sir. We're off the record.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.